Howdy, howdy, everyone. Welcome to the show. Got a lot of stuff to talk about today. One, of course, being the fact that the season just got kicked off today. Season 3 just got kicked off. So we'll get to that in a second, but there are just a few. There are a few things I wish to discuss beforehand that we get to Season 3. First off, a big announcement concerning this show is next or 2 weeks from now, it'll be Thanksgiving here in America. And we will not be having any episode that week. Not Saturday, not Wednesday, no day. Because it's just not going to work out for me. So enjoy the week off. What I'll probably be doing is posting content on the website's homepage. So on Saturday, I don't know what time, but I'll probably have it up on Saturday. I'll have that week's content up. It's mostly just going to be people who we have interviewed and have a permanent position on here, though. Yeah, Mr. Ben, I was going to get to that, but I was saving that for towards the end of the first hour. Anyway, um, what was the other announcement I had? Oh yeah, that was it, and that royally threw me off. Anyway, let's get to those synopsises. We have two new episode synopsises this week. Yeah, the internet. I realize the internet connection might not be stable. I've been having both computer issues and uh, internet connection issues as well. So you're all gonna have to bear with me. I apologize for that in advance, but what can you do? Anyway, as I was saying, those synopsises. First up is episode 5's, season 3, episode 5. Which one is this one? Oh yeah, Magical Duel. Synopsis: When when Trixie returns to Ponyville, she defeats Twilight and banishes her from town. That's the synopsis. Here's the link from EQM if you're interested. I am really looking forward to this one, folks. If this one sounds like it's as good as it is, there could be some really good character development. Not only from Trixie, but from Twilight. Well, I guess most likely Trixie, but to be honest, I'm just looking good for that. Yeah, that defeats part came out of nowhere, um, but you know what? Let's see how they handle it. And this next one just released today. Yeah, you can expect that over the next let's see, six. We have 13. So about the next 7 weeks, we'll be posting the new episode synopsises. Of course, we have Thanksgiving, so I guess you could say six or something. But anyway, season 3, episode 6 is titled "Sleepless in Ponyville." Scootaloo begins to have nightmares after hearing the frightful campfire stories. So yes, people, we finally get a Scootaloo episode, so you can stop complaining now. Here's the synopsis for all your viewing needs. Yeah, this too I'm looking forward to because of that very reason. I am. Yeah, I know I know I sounded a little sarcastic there at the beginning, but yeah, I personally am really excited for this episode. I want to see Scootaloo have character development. If anything, having an episode centered around her, and especially one that shows a hole in that armor of hers, is excellent. All right. Gonna get the journals out of the way here. Both of these are by Inky Notebook. Actually, not. There's only one. I forgot to I forgot that first one I just showed was nothing but a preview. That's what I was saying to this one. Long story short, Inky Notebook is running a Hurricane Sandy fundraiser. Here's the link to it. Basically, tomorrow from 4 p.m. to midnight Eastern Standard Time, her and a few others are going to be doing I don't know if it'll be her all the time. I have a hard time believing that. Anyway, they will be doing an 8-hour live gaming session of Left 4 Dead 2 on Sunday, November 11th from 4 p.m. to midnight, or 1600 hours to 0000 hours the next day. Basically, as I said, it's a fundraiser. She's putting together for pets and people, for those who are affected by the hurricane or the superstorm, whichever you wish to call it. She doesn't give any information about whether you can join it or not, and I'm going to bet good money, Mr. Ben, that she has the staff picked out, and therefore you can't join. I could be wrong. I could be 100% totally wrong, but that's just my guess. If you want more information, I suggest you contact her, because I didn't know, and I didn't expect that question. All right, now let's move on to the fun stuff, shall we? I want to start with I'm going to start with the videos this time. First two are by our good friend Vifex. The first one is Fluttershy Feeling. VFX, Fluttershy Feeling. There's the link. And next one is also by VFX, Hope for a Better Tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, hope for a better tomorrow. All right, now this next one is by BwB27. It's time to wrap this winter up.
Six months of grueling boredom, depression at my door. I've borne it through for just one thing, and I couldn't ask for more. And I can't go one more week, I swear, it's driving me insane. If I wait any longer, I'll get cobwebs in my brain. It's time to welcome season 3 and all the joy it brings, but it's also time to say goodbye to wine on pony things. How can I possibly make room for time to eat or sleep when I have pony multimedia schedules to keep? Ponies back now, ponies are back, the season's starting soon. Ponies back now, ponies are back, the season's starting soon. And I'll never leave my room, bringing out my DVR and clearing all the space. Gotta make sure every episode has its own special place. I've paid my cable bill to catch this show. When the screen lights up, I won't have any more woe. Ponies back now, ponies are back, the season's starting soon. Ponies back now, ponies are back, the season's starting soon. Ponies back now, ponies are back, the season's starting soon. And I'll never leave my room. I've been stalking pony blogs and reading tons of fics. Torrented the music archive too, packed my drive full of pics. My collection of brony content spans genres galore, but it can't begin to quench my thirst for the ponies I adore. Ponies back now, ponies are back, the season's starting soon. Ponies back now, ponies are back, the season's starting soon. Ponies back now, ponies are back, the season's starting soon. And I'll never leave my room. Got custom plushies from eBay and they're worth every penny. Got them all piled on my couch so I can pretend that we vigorously converse on every detail we can scrape. I'll build up my fantasy land and never ever escape. Ponies back now, ponies are back, the season's starting soon. Ponies back now, ponies are back, the season's starting soon. Ponies back now, ponies are back, the season's starting soon. And I'll never leave my room. Now that the premiere looms ahead, I cannot contain my zeal. I'm on the edge of my seat and praying it will be real. Avoided spoilers and previews, but real soon I'll be free to log back online and spaz with all my brownies, all my brownies. Ponies back now, ponies are back, the season's starting soon. Ponies back now, ponies are back, the season's starting soon. Ponies back now, ponies are back, and I'll never leave my room. Bar the door with a broom, it's my pony theme tune.
It's time to wrap this winter up by BwB27. There's the link. And to wrap up the videos, we have, I hope I can pronounce this name right. If you're watching this and I pronounce your name wrong, I apologize in advance. Kalegos Yavolitak with Wanted Property.
Nom 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 nom. Hey! Oh, stop it, Tommy! No!
Wanted property. I love SFMs, YTPs, and Gmod videos. The randomness is just a hoot. All right, now we move on to the images. Oh, where to start? Where to start? Since we've been talking about Team Fortress 2, or just saw a video, let's start there. First one is called Item Acquired, The Nosy Camper by Joey Darkmeat. For those of you who don't know, in the game Team Fortress 2, there's an item you can get called the Cozy Camper, in which when you play as the sniper, you it looks like he's carrying a big backpack. And for those of you who don't know anything about I guess the world of Team Fortress 2 meets ponies, oftentimes Twilight's paired up with the sniper, the character you see here. And that's why there's Twilight here. Yes, there is a Trixie plushie in there as well. By the way, here is the link. He really shows his strong suit with his pencil here, folks. That's all I really have to say. But is there... How do I put this? I guess that's to be expected from him. It's a really nice piece, and I really love this just because Team Fortress 2, ponies. I love seeing these two together so many times. Moving along here. Now let's see here. All right, let's go with this one. This next one is called Spike's Dream by Cannibalus. Yeah, check this out. Check out this detail. There's the link. We basically have the scene from season 1, episode 19. Only instead of Spike as a 6 foot tall, muscle buffed knight, he's just himself armored up riding armored Twilight. Yeah, it really is amazing. It's a really well done piece. I was more than tickled to show this one. All right, moving along. Let's go with this one. Next one is by Vifex, Rainbow Dash, Hope. Yeah, does the pic look familiar here? There's the link. Sorry. Mr. Penn. Yep, that was my point, is this is the video or the picture used in the video we just saw. Which one? Hope for a Better Tomorrow. Enjoy it. Did I? Yes, I did. Check this out. Check out his explanation here. Some of you have justly said RD is chubby. I saw that after uploading. Anyways, enjoy chubby RD. At least he has a good sense of humor about it. Oh. Moving along. This next one is called Firefly by Incinerator. Hey, maybe that's something for you, Vifex. Something like Wereluna to Toxic Mario. Some like a character to you, I suppose. This is, but anyway, getting back to the art, this is Firefly by Incinerator. I saw this one at what just today, for crying out loud, and I said, "This needs to be on my show. This really needs to be on my show." Yeah, I'm a sucker for these two, as if I haven't already said that. But you know what? It's images like this that only prove my point even more so. Yeah, pretty much, Mr. Ben. Though, of course, I'm not one who ships horrendous, or I'm not much of a shipper. That's what I wanted to say. Lighting is absolutely gorgeous. The detailing is superb. It feels like it's just a high def take from the show, but you know what? That's good. Good. I did put it up. That was Firefly by Incinerator. All right, this next one is by Citra. It's kind of another announcement from him. Pop the link up. His Pizza Pony. If you haven't been watching him, he has this. There's the link, by the way. He has this character in which he has a pony with a pizza mane and a pizza tail. Yeah, if back off, people. She's mine, and I'm going to eat her mane. I don't care what anyone says. If I had to fight back the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for her, I will. Anyway, as I was saying, this is now a t-shirt. So if you're interested in that, check it out on We Love Fine. He has this page. Just snoop around his DA page, and you'll find his WLF page. Yeah, I realize how many abbreviations I just did there. Anyway, which one should we go with next? Save that one for last. Okay, I'll go with this one. This next one is called Royal Scary Game Night by Mickey Monster. See if I can. Yeah, there we go. It's a little big, but the main focus of it is in the picture right here, folks. We have, there's a link. We have Luna playing a game and Celestia basically cowering behind her. I wonder what they're playing. Or I wonder what Luna's playing. If they're playing Resident Evil 4, yeah, I can't imagine why Celestia's hiding away. Those are some really scary monsters in there, if you think about it. Ugh. Sewer monster. I could have lived without him. Yeah, people will always, or especially as of late, will say, "Oh my God, it's Slender! Run!" Or Slenderman, I'm sorry. Run! You really want to scare me? Throw images of the monster in the castle sewers from Resident Evil 4 to really get me going, because he might be destructible, and I might have found an easy way. But try taking the rocket launcher or infinite launcher out of the equation, and not overmaxed weapons, and then come back and tell me that this guy is easy. Ugh. Just go watch it on YouTube, like Salazar's Right Hand Man. You'll find it. Anyway, that's Royal Scary Game Night by Mickey Monster. Okay, let's go with this one. This next one is called Afternoon Walk by Varijani. The internet is slow with this one. I don't know if this was all done in pen, but dude, if this was actually done in pen, that's some mad skills. Especially given, You can't erase? That's like doing, I hate to bring this up, folks, but this is like doing math problems in pen. And of course, you turn it in and the teacher starts marking it wrong. And you go, why did I do it in pen? Why did I do it in pen? But, again, I took a good look at this one and I said, if that really is in pen, I got to put this on the show because this is really good. And even if it isn't in pen, I don't care. I like this picture. It's just a really, really cute scene. Here's the link. Okay, seriously, I got to ask both of you, what's the deal with all of the terrible English accented, or terribly Asian accented English today? Oh, that explains it. It keeps saying it's good on my end, the streaming band. So your guess is as good as mine, I suppose. It might be your connection. Or, yeah, like I said, there's certainly a possibility that it could be mine. My computer has been acting up a little bit today, though I think that's actually more akin to Pony Chat or something else acting up anyway. So at this point, I can't say nor will I. All I will say is things have not been really well today in the Ponyverse in terms of software working. Anyway, moving along here. Yeah, I know I've been saying that a lot. I apologize. This next one is called A Long Lost Brother by Ponies47. There's a little bit of a backstory to this. Yeah, that's mine. That is my OC there. Here's the link. Ponies47 and I are buddies who used to hang out on Brony State. And I guess we still do. I'm thinking of someone else. Anyway, but we also hang out a bit on Team Fortress 2 and whatnot. And he was saying to me, we got into a conversation last night of all things. Yeah, this is fresh off of the printing press, if you want to call it that. Just today. And what was it I was going to say? We somehow got into this conversation. He goes, wait, Elliot, your OC's cutie mark is a 7, right? I said, yep. And he goes, I'm going to draw you and me looking at each other like, well, a long lost brother. Because his cutie mark is the number 47. And, of course, mine's the number 7. Even funnier story, there's a comment, it's not mine, comment on this very image. States something like, or maybe Ponies 47 is Digit's long lost son, because now there's some other mare out there with the number 40 on her flank. It's comments like those that make me appreciate how creative some people can be. And I mean that. I really mean that. All right. Last two here. Yeah, let's go with this one. Yeah, no kidding. This one is called A Night to Remember by Toxic Mario. I give up, sis. I'll never be able to raise the moon on my own. Doot, 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 doot. Come out. You have to see this. Oh, wow. I did it. I actually did it. Yep. A complete DAW comic. I love it when he does those comics. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy his funny stuff just as much, but I like that he's able to work outside of comedy. Really good comic. Tricky Muffin in this one. I won't say where, of course. You're going to have to find it yourself. And one other thing, I forgot to mention this. Tox said he'll be going back to episode-related comics now that the season started up. Where and, I guess we'll just have to wait and see where exactly he... The point I'm trying to make is don't expect any more Philly comics. Or at least not this much and in this great concentration. I'm sure he'll be posting them some more and whatnot, but we'll see. All right, wrap this up so we can start talking about some other things here. This last one is Twilight's Graduation by Pixel Kitties. Now I have to give a little bit of some backstory on this, but before I do, I just want to say this is a really good picture. This is one of my favorites that she's done in a while. And what I especially like, I think I just have to say it, I like Twilight's outfit here. It really looks good on her. She's really adorable in it. And we both know that sparkle that she has on it means valedictorian or something. And you know what? It totally makes sense. Yeah, there's Trixie in the corner there with a dunce cap on with the letter D on it, letter Delta. So there's no doubt in my mind that that class clown or something, or maybe she just got detention from bothering Twilight or something. I don't know. I don't care. I laugh at it. All right, here is the link to the image. And now I need to bring up the backstory about this. That picture is part of the calendar, the 2013 Cal Arts Scholarship Calendar. If you recall correctly, about, I think it was either last week or 2 weeks ago, here's a link to this site, by the way. I put, I can't remember the name of the title of the picture, but it was Toxic Mario's comic dealing with Were Luna. And you remember how I said that was going in October? Well, Pixel Kitty's picture here is going in May, if I recall right. I think it's May. But anyway, the calendar itself, May is Pixel Kitty's. She asked me to talk about this. And to make a long story short, it's a 2013 full 12-month calendar with a lot of our artists. As I said, Pixel Kitties. There's John Giuseco, Toxic Mario, Citra 360, Egophiliac, just to name a few. It's $10, 10 US dollars, with $5 in shipping domestic and $10 outside of US and Canada. You can buy it on this site, and the money goes towards what is it? Doesn't say on the here it is. With all the proceeds going to endow the Derpy Hooves Animation Scholarship at the Cal Arts. So the California Arts Institute or Arts College, I'm not sure. But what I do know is it's going towards the scholarship. How much it is, I don't know, but... Or I guess how much they're looking for. But if you're looking for a pony calendar, this is the place to do it. Okay, I did put it up. Good, 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 good. All right, now let's get into the I don't know if I want to talk about the season 3 premiere first or the 1-year anniversary first. Why don't we talk about the 1-year anniversary first, because I want to make sure VFX is here, or this will buy VFX a little more time to come back onto things. I was, as Mr. Ben pointed out towards the beginning of, as he pointed out from the beginning, we, next week, Babble with Bronies will be celebrating its 1-year anniversary. Started in November 17th of last year, 2011. We started on a little site called Vocal, VOKLE.com. It allows you to basically do just about what we're doing, but take away the desktop features or the desktop showing features, but it of course allows you to speak and speak with a video. So imagine if I just did this for the entire episode. It was just like this. All you saw was my face. Now, to be fair, there's some other things to it, but like you could allow people to come on as guests or ask video questions and all that stuff. Some of that is basically carryover. Some of what you see today, I should say, is carryover from that setup. It worked. So I tried to bring it over. But in December of that year, 2011, I knew that I wanted to show work from this fandom off, as I've done since, well, then. But like I said, Vocal wouldn't allow that. Yes, people, this is, if you haven't picked up by now, it's a nostalgia trip, and I'll be also doing a future scope at the end of this. Anyway, we moved on. Yeah, to put it another way, to put it in a little bit of a nicer way, I did say Vocal it's just not going to work. Great for a temporary home, sure, maybe, but as a permanent home, I'm just not going to be able to do that. So I thought I need to make a website. I need to make it to my specifications, or at least as best as I can. By this time, I had already been on Brony State, so I'd seen their setup, and that's where, if you go there, you notice a lot of that bleeds into here. At least by a lot of setup. Anyway, so I had to build the site. From time so long ago, I knew tripod would work. So that's why I chose tripod. I'll be getting back to that in a second. I built the site, basically, as I said, to my specifications. Boy, howdy, I tell you what, though, finding some of this stuff was a turd. For instance, the little call-in feature just below the stream feed, that was a nightmare to find. And to be honest, it's not perfect, but it works. And that's about all I can really ask for at this point, I'll tell you that much. And the pony chat, that was a lot more difficult to set up than I ever thought it would be. But I have to give it credit where credit is due. Folks at the folks at the Pony Chat IRC sure do know what they're doing. And they got a nice help session there, or help desk, I should say. Basically guided me through a lot of things. They guided me to, well, put it on here. Chose live stream just because people said it would work. Not really much more I can do there. I wonder if people just aren't familiar with it, Mr. Ben. Or maybe they're too bashful to use the video chat. I don't know. I really don't. But that's their problem. Anyway, over time, kind of just sat where we are today. Never really grew. And that was about one of the biggest disappointments still to this day that disappoints me, is that we have been so stagnant in growth. But I suppose it's as Death Pony put it. Maybe it's because we're just at a bad time. Maybe it's because, or maybe it's because we aren't popular. Maybe people just don't like what we have to say. I don't know. I really don't care. I just like doing this for the fun of it. It's fun, to me anyway, of course, to browse the pony sphere searching for quality content. And maybe some not so quality content. But that's a matter of opinion, so that's for others to decide. Anyway, it's fun to go out there and find this stuff. To say, there are other people out there besides the most famous artists, the most famous video makers, the most famous musicians in this fandom. There's more out there than you can even begin to know. Even more than I know. And show this stuff. And to say, hey, check out so-and-so's work. Check out this person's work. Why? I don't know. You certainly don't have to. I only give you the means to. You have to be the one to click the link. But all I can do is recommend it to the nth degree. But all I can hope for is that in some way, shape, or form, you like what I do. And I guess if you don't, no one's forcing you to come here. Oh, Mr. Ben, look at what happened when we did get them on here. Do you think much changed? But as I said, why should I care? They have their reasons. Heck, I invite a lot of people onto this show. I'm not even talking about an interview. But they have their reasons. Some of them good ones, some of them bad. That's their business. And you know what? That's okay. Something akin to that, you could say. But like I said, can't force them. Even if I could, would they then appreciate it? Doubt it. Looking towards the future now, I wouldn't be surprised if, well, I don't know. Will we ever become something? Only the future knows. Heck, I was expecting this show to take off a long time ago. I was always expecting that just by continually throwing content out there, throwing the content that I did, I thought that would gain viewers over. Hasn't. So at episode 18, I said, you know what? How about instead of waiting for content to come to me, because it only happened once in episode 6, why don't I go to them? This is why I've been asking people if I can use their work. And I think only once have I been turned down. Mind you, this person had good reasons, and I certainly cannot hold it against them. Like I said, I totally agree with what this person said, but they've everyone I go to, every time I say to someone, "May I use your work?" most of them are just so delighted. And that, I can safely say, is worth a lot. A lot more than all the silver and gold you have, that's for sure. Looking to the future, I'm hoping that somehow, some way, somewhere will take off. I don't know where. I don't even know if. Apparently what I'm doing right now by going to people is working, but I guess not really as much as I'd hoped. And to be fair, maybe today is just not a good day with the season 3 premiere. Or maybe it's just a day where everyone decided to stay offline. Maybe they didn't get the memo. But today's not what we're talking about. What I will say is, looking towards the future, I'm just hoping that we'll at some point kick off. I would like to get another moderator on here one of these days, but there are a few questions that I need to address in my life before I can do that. I'd like to move on to a different website, see if maybe WordPress has a better user interface than Tripod, but that'll be more towards the new year kind of thing as we roll into 2013. All I do know is maybe I am playing a terrible optimist. Maybe I'm just trying to keep something alive that should have died a long time ago. Or maybe I am correct in my hope, but I feel the future looks bright enough. I'd certainly like to keep going. Like I said, I'm having a blast doing this. I suppose that's all that matters. Now, next week, I'm hoping to get an interview the interview for November. And that's why I decided to do this today. There's certainly a little, there certainly are a few, there's one piece of content in particular that I need to show, but we'll show it next week. One thing I will say is if we cannot get an interview in next week, we'll probably just carry on with this series. And one thing I want to say that this going through season 1 series, this has probably been the biggest highlight of the show that we've done so far, or at least one of my personal favorites. As I said, I might dive a lot into the fandom, but when you start diving into canon and realize a lot of the work put in behind this show, you really begin to appreciate the show. So if anyone ever asks me, does researching and going into every minute detail of each episode sour the experience for me? Nope. As a matter of fact, it only enhances it. It only makes it that much better, as we'll see in today's episode. But we'll get into that when we get there. And I suppose it is as you put, Mr. Ben. Here's to another year of babbling. All right. Now, I do want to get into what you guys thought about season three, the season three premiere. However, as per this show, we do have to keep, I will say, keep spoilers to a, well, non existent actually. So, what did you think of the season three premiere? That's about my feelings too. To be honest, I think some of it was. I know I'm going to be giving maybe too much away here, but time is the enemy. They're trying to make a 2 hour thing into 1 hour, which is difficult. But again, that's kind of the sacrifice of it, Mr. Ben. Is what is where when time works against you, what do you when time is against you, what do you do? What do you cut? What do you keep? What do you what do you actually that's just it. What do you cut and what do you keep? You might be going in there thinking to the in regards to any of the episodes in which something like this happened. You of course keep the stuff most relevant to the story, but to keep the straight line, straight face basic story would be a little tricky because you'd be taking out maybe some comedy elements to it or something to that effect. Overall, I will say first impressions, and I can't stress that enough. First impressions, I was underwhelmed. However, there are a few pieces that I really did like about it. But we'll get there when we get there. If you guys are itching that badly to talk about it, save it for. I suppose we'll have to save it for in December since we might have an interview. Since it's most likely we're going to have an interview next week. But if you guys ever want to discuss it, out or before we get there, that's your guys' call. That's about all I really had to say about it. All right. So who's up for some more ponies today? Let's get this party started.
Let's quiet down, please. We have a very important lesson to get to. Thank you. Today we are going to be talking about cutie marks.
Boring.
You can all see my cutie mark, can't you? Like all ponies, I wasn't born with a cutie mark. My flank was blank.
Aww, she's so precious.
Then one day, when I was about your age, I woke up to find that a cutie mark had appeared.
Look at her hair.
Yes, I know, but honestly, that's how every pony was wearing their mane back then. I had decided to become a teacher, and the flowers symbolized my hope that I could help my future students bloom if I nurtured them with knowledge. The smiles represented the cheer I hoped to bring to my little ponies while they were learning. Now, can anyone tell me when a pony gets his or her cutie mark?
Oh! When she discovered that certain something that makes her special.
That's right, Twist. A cutie mark appears on a pony's flank when he or she finds that certain something that makes them different from every other pony. Discovering what makes you unique isn't something that happens overnight, and no amount of hoping, wishing, or begging will make a cutie mark appear before it's time.
What?
Apple Bloom, are you passing a note? What could be so important that it couldn't wait until after class? It's blank.
Remind you of any pony.
My little pony, my little pony. Ah, my little pony. I used to wonder what friendship could be. My little pony. Until you all shared its magic with me. Big adventure,
Tons of fun.
a beautiful heart, faithful and strong.
Sharing kindness.
It's an easy feat, and magic makes it all complete. You have mine. Do you know you're all my very best friends?
Want something sweet? I've got some peppermint sticks. I made them myself. They'll make you smile. No. I don't know why we had to sit through a lecture about getting a cutie mark. I mean, waiting for your cutie mark is so last week. You've got yours. I just got mine. We all have them already. I mean, almost all of us have them already. Don't worry, you two. You're still totally invited to my cute quinceañera this weekend. It's going to be amazing. It's a party celebrating me and my fantastic cutie mark. How could it not be? Bub, sugar love rub.
Give me a break.
See you this weekend. Blank flanks. It's not fair. It's just not fair.
Don't get your mane in a tangle. You'll get your cutie mark. Every pony gets one eventually.
But I don't want one eventually. I want one right now. I can't go to Diamond Tiara's quinceañera without one. I just can't.
Of course you can. You know, I was the last pony in my class to get a cutie mark, and I couldn't be prouder of it. I knew my future was to run Sweet Apple Acres, and these bright shiny apples sealed the deal. Come to think of it, Granny Smith was the last one in her class, too. Huh. Same with Big Macintosh.
I really don't see how that's supposed to make me feel better. It probably means that being the last one in your class to get a cutie mark runs in the family. Runs in the family? Runs in the family! Runs in the family! You've got apples for your cutie mark. Granny Smith has an apple pie. Big Macintosh has an apple half. My unique talent must have something to do with apples. Apples, apples, apples! Apples.
Get your delicious, nutritious apples here.
Delicious and nutritious, and so many uses. You can eat them, play with them.
Hey, watch it!
Create fine art for your home with them. You'd have to be crazy not to get a bushel of your very own.
She's so creative.
You, sir, care to buy some apples?
No thanks.
Why not?
I have plenty at home.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
You're pretty sure, but you're not absolutely, positively, completely, super duper sure, are you?
If I buy some apples, will you please leave me alone?
All right.
You forgot your change.
Woo-hoo! Let's say you sell some apples and get a cutie mark. So, what does my cutie mark look like? A shopping bag full of apples? A satisfied customer eating an apple? Maybe I gotta increase my sales figures first. You touch it, you buy it. We take cash or credit.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Ma'am! Oh. Now, Apple Bloom, you can't just...
That'll be 4 bits.
I didn't put those in my bag.
Likely story. 4 bits, lady.
Apple Bloom, I am really, really sorry about that. She's new. Here, take these. No charge. And these. And these. Y'all come back now. You hear?
What?
Sorry, little sis, but your apple selling days are over.
What? But how else am I gonna get my cutie mark?
Home. Now. Listen, Sugar Cube. I know it's hard to wait for your very own cutie mark, but you just can't force it. Besides, you're not that grown up just yet. Ain't there other fillies in your class without one?
Well, Twist doesn't have hers yet.
Do you think you'd feel better if you went to the party with her?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. Bet you and Twist would have a great time together. Now run along and find your friend.
You're sure you don't want me to stick around till the end of the market?
Hey, who's been using my racket?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, what's up, Apple Bloom? So I was thinking, maybe we could go to Diamond Tiara's Quinceañera together. I don't have a cutie mark. You don't have a cutie mark. Well,
Isn't my cutie mark swell? I've always loved making my own savory sweets, but it took me some time to discover that it was my super special talent. Pretty sweet, huh?
yeah, pretty sweet.
Hey, this doesn't mean we can't go to the Quinceañera together. You're still gonna come to the party, aren't you?
Of course she will. It's not like being the only pony there without a cutie mark will be like the most embarrassing thing ever.
Whoa. Looks like some pony's got a dark cloud hanging over her head. Let me do something about that. What's the matter, kid?
There's a Quinceañera this afternoon, and every pony in my class will be there, and they'll all have their cutie marks. And I want to get my cutie mark, but I'm no good at selling apples, but I really want to go to the party. But how could I go to the party if I don't have my cutie mark, which my big sister says I'm going to get eventually, but I want it now!
Cutie mark? I can get you a cutie mark like that.
Applejack says these things take time. I have to just wait for it to happen.
Why wait for something to happen when you can make it happen?
But Applejack says that...
Hey, who are you gonna listen to? Applejack or the pony who was first in her class to get a cutie mark? I always liked flying and all, but I was going nowhere in a hurry. It wasn't until my very first race that I discovered a serious need for speed. And kazam! This sweet baby appeared as fast as lightning. That's right. Stretch out those legs. Gotta be nice and loose. The key here is to try as many things as possible as quickly as possible. One of them is bound to lead to your cutie mark. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I said, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Juggler, go! Hang glide, go! Karate, go! Kite flying, go! Ultra Pony Roller Derby, go! Tried that one, tried that one, tried that one.
Your new outfit is, like, perfect for the party. I know. It totally shows off my new cutie mark. I love being special. Can you imagine how embarrassing it must be to be not special? I don't even want to, think about it.
Tried that one. Tried that one.
I'm doomed! Doomed! I'll never find something I'm good at.
You look like you'd be good at eating cupcakes.
Eating cupcakes?
Eating cupcakes? Eating cupcakes!
I really appreciate all your help, Rainbow Dash. You're a really great coach, and I've really learned a lot from you, and I'm sure I could learn a lot more, but I've got some cupcakes to eat.
See you at Quinceañera!
Hold on, Pinkie Pie. I'm coming. I can't believe I didn't think of this. A cupcake getting Cutie Mark. It's so obvious. Now, where are those cupcakes? I'm ready to chow down.
I don't have any cupcakes.
Oh,
But you look like you'd be good at helping me make some.
I guess, making cupcakes Cutie Mark could work too.
All you have to do is take a cup of flour, add it to the mix. Now just take a little something sweet, not sour, a bit of salt, just a pinch. Baking these treats is such a cinch. Add a teaspoon of vanilla. Add a little more and you count to 4 and you never get your fill up. Cupcakes, so sweet and tasty. Cupcakes, don't be too hasty. Cupcakes, 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 cupcakes. Hot, hot, hot! Ooh, those look much better than the last batch. Ugh.
Guess I'm not cut out to be a baker either. I just have to face it. I'm gonna have a blank flank forever.
What about that?
What about what? Is there something on my flank? Is there? A Cutie Mark! It's a measuring cup? No. A mixing bowl? No. Are those cupcakes? A tower of cupcakes, maybe.
Flour! It's flour! Yay! I guessed it! What game do you want to play next? Please say bingo. Please say bingo.
Whoa! What's been going on in here?
We've been making cupcakes. Want to try one?
No, thank you. Not that they don't look delicious.
Twilight, you have to help me!
What's the matter?
Tierra's Quinceañera today, and every pony in my class will be there, and all of the cutie marks, and I want to get my cutie mark, but I'm no good at selling apples or hang gliding or making cupcakes. But I want to go to the party, but how can I go to the party if I don't have my cutie mark? Which Pinkie Pie says I can't just make appear, but I need it to appear right now!
I don't follow. How can I help you?
You can use your magic to make my cutie mark appear.
Oh, no, Apple Bloom. A cutie mark is something that a pony has to discover for herself.
Please, Twilight, just try.
I'm sorry, but...
Oh, please, 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 please!
All right, all right.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you! Yes! I knew you could do it.
I'm sorry, sweetie, but I told you.
Try again, try again!
Told you that not even magic can make a cutie mark appear before it's time.
It's hopeless. Hopeless. I just won't go to the party. I can't go. Everyone will just laugh at me and make fun of me and call me names. It will be the worst night of my life.
I'm sure it won't be as bad as all that.
Forget it. There's no way I'm going to that party. How could I have forgotten the time? How could I have forgotten Pinkie Pie was hosting the party? How could I have forgotten it was at Chicken Cube Corner?
Don't forget your party hat. Forgetty forgetterson.
I have to get out of here before any pony sees me.
Hey! It's my quinceañera. I'm supposed to get the first bite of cake.
wouldn't show up. Sure am glad you came to your senses about this whole cutie mark thing. These things happen when these things are supposed to happen. Trying to rush it'll just drive you crazy. I'll let you be. Looks like your friends want to talk to you.
Well. Look who's here. Nice outfit. Just something I, pulled together last minute. It really shows off your cutie mark. Oh, wait. That's right. You don't have one. I have a cutie mark. What? Since when? Since, earlier today. Oh, really? Let's see it. I shouldn't. I couldn't. My cutie mark is so unbelievably amazing. I'm afraid that if I show it off, everyone will start paying attention to me instead of you. Outshine at your own quinceañera? Can you imagine how embarrassing that would be? Forget it. I didn't really want to see it anyway. Okay, well, I'm gonna go mingle. Enjoy your party! Oh, no. Wow, that is an amazing cutie mark. Nice try. Blank. You got a problem with blank flanks? I said, you got a problem with blank flanks. The problem is, it means she's like totally not special. No, it means she's full of potential. It means she could be great at anything. The possibilities are like endless. She could be a great scientist, or an amazing artist, or a famous writer. She could even be mayor of Ponyville someday. And she's not stuck being stuck up like you two. Hey, this is my party. Why are you two on her side? Because... You don't have any cutie marks either? I thought I was the only one. We thought we were the only two.
I, for one, think you are 3 very lucky fillies.
Lucky? How can they be lucky?
They still get to experience the thrill of discovering who they are and what they're meant to be. And they've got all the time in the world to figure it out. Not just an afternoon.
Wow, Apple Blue! Do you really think you can wish I could be a scientist. Maybe I got my cutie mark too soon. Hey, what's every pony doing? This is my party. Every pony's supposed to be paying attention to me. Whatever. We still think you're losers. Right, Diamond Tiara? Bump, sugar. Not now, Silver Spoon. Name's Scootaloo. And I'm Sweetie Belle. Apple Blue. This song is so super. So I was thinking, now that we're friends, I mean, we are friends, right?
How could we not be? We're totally alike. We don't have cutie marks. Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon drive us crazy.
Totally crazy. Well, now that we're friends, what if the 3 of us work together to find out who we are and what we're supposed to be? Ooh, we could form our own secret society.
I'm liking this idea.
A secret society. Yeah, we'll need a name for it, though.
The Cutie Mark 3?
The Cutastically Fantastics? How about the Cutie Mark Crusaders?
It's perfect.
This is gonna be so We're gonna be unstoppable.
What do you say we celebrate with some of these delicious cupcakes?
Not the cupcakes. Trust me. Let's see if there are any cookies. Yeah.
Come on. Dearest Princess Celestia, I am happy to report that one of your youngest subjects has learned a valuable lesson about friendship. Sometimes the thing you think will cause you to lose friends and feel left out
Can actually be the thing that helps you make your closest friends and realize how special you are.
ladies and gentlemen, Season 1, Episode 12, Call of the Cutie. So, initial thoughts? I'd like to share an interesting revelation I had a long time ago with this episode. Actually, as of recent. Is the lighting a little better? I'm trying to adjust the lighting a little bit. It's, getting darker earlier here. Anyone who's been following me on this or has followed me over the long run knows that I've always said this was not my favorite episode of season 1. This is my least favorite one. And I said, at some point we're going to have to I'm going to have to go through this episode. And of course I said, oh goody. But I said to myself, why don't I try something different? How about instead of looking at this episode with a lot of my own personal prejudices against it, why don't I try removing them? To make a long story short, what I found was a lot of gold in this episode, actually. Has it moved into my favorites, or at least even top 5? No. But it was humbling and a really, really cool experience to look at something a second time in a completely different manner. To not look at it with your own biases in it, but instead look for other things. To look at what does make it work. Something worth trying. I know I'm only preaching here, but it's a good lesson to learn. So what do I mean by this? Like I said, the thing that drives me the most bonkers in this episode are it has to be Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon, and the fact that the story is a little archetypical. But, as I've always stressed on this show, sometimes just because, especially concerning the story, just because the story is told doesn't mean that it's bad. Sometimes it's not the fact that it's told, it's how it's told. Sorry, I was expecting a sneeze and I got a cough. The thing that I found that I really like the most about this episode, it has to be the humor in it. I love a lot of the humor, especially when we start getting into the middle part of the episode, when we get to the Apple Bloom trying to sell all the apples bit. That's where a lot of the comedic gold in this episode really shines, and I love it so much. Like, for instance, yeah, Mr. Ben, it is. It really is. But, again, a lot of the episodes that we've looked at thus far are. But, yeah. Not everything can be reimagined. And, of course, as Citra so beautifully put it, there are no new ideas. But I digress. Anyway, just some other things I wanted to share. This episode establishes a ton of stuff for this universe. When I went through looking for stuff to talk about in this episode, I knew it was going to be a lot, but holy crap did I find a lot more than I imagined. I know I'm just kind of going to start preaching, or just start rambling, not preaching. Rambling at this point, but you know what? It begs it. For instance, This episode establishes a few things. It establishes what a cutie mark is. Of course, for a lot of us, a lot of the guys in particular, and I'll just say this right off bat, I don't think, I don't know. I don't know of the lore of the cutie mark in previous generations. I have a hard time believing they follow this lore, but I don't know. Anyway, this episode establishes what or the lore of the cutie mark. You know, a marking on their hind legs when they discover something special about them. We'll ignore the our universe explanation of background ponies' cutie marks, i.e., we don't know, or the creators of the background ponies, we don't know. We're just going to slap something on their butt and call it good. But, you know, background ponies. Anyway, as I said, what's nice about that, though, is that it just does not feel random. It does not feel random. The sole fact that there's a reason behind the markings that they have is really actually kind of nice. And the fact that it is what it is, an identification of your special talent, well, I really like that. I like that concept. Kind of weird if you're a spy or something. You know, you need to hide or something, or, you know, especially trying to impersonate someone, or some pony in this case. But again, I just kind of like this concept of you wear your special talent or that which makes you special on you. And especially when some of those designs are really quite creative and cool to look at. And stream just crashed. As I was saying, I just like the concept of the cutie mark. Let's just end it at that. This episode establishes Cheerilee as the school teacher. Yeah. We see her in the previous episode, Winter Wrap Up, but you know, we don't know if she's a school teacher. It establishes the Cutie Mark Crusaders Club, and it also establishes Scootaloo and Sweetie Belle. It doesn't establish Sweetie Belle as Rarity's sister. That won't come for a couple more episodes. But it does establish her. And yes, we're going to ignore the Season 1, Episode 1 cameo. But we already discussed that. We're not going back to it. Or at least I'm not going to go back to it. What else was it? I noted that this thing establishes. It establishes... Actually, that's about it. That in terms of non-people, or at least some non-people. And now I'd like to tell you about the characters who made a first appearance in this episode, or at least made something very significant in this episode. We have Diamond Tiara, Silver Spoon, 80s Cheerilee. Yeah, here's to you, Dusty. Ace, the tennis playing pony. Pokey Pierce, the pony who was popping the balloons. Berry Punch. This is the first time, or actually, that's it. We have a total of 6 characters, 6 fan-made, or I guess not completely fan-made. We have 6 characters that this episode establishes. I don't think there's an episode yet that hasn't done that. At least not yet. Not that we've gone through. I'll say that much. And there are some other things that this episode does. This is the first episode in which Bon Bon speaks. We'll get to some more of her. We'll get back to her in a second. This is the first time Doctor Who speaks as well. First in thus far in the entire series that he does. This establishes Apple Bloom does some karate. We'll see it again, so that's why I'm counting it. This also establishes what a quinceañera is. This establishes Twist. We'll see her again. But I know. She drops to the wayside. So I'm just trying to put in perspective what this episode establishes. It's nuts. Here I am filling the entire content with just what this episode brings to the table. All right, so I've been rambling. What do you wish to talk about in regards to the episode now, Mr. Ben? Oh no, it's crashed on us. Is it? Can you still see me? Um, it says we're having perfect stream here, folks, so your guess is as good as mine. I'm just going to carry on then. Anyway, I'm just going to discuss a few things that this episode it's always something. Any better? Odd. Anyways, I was saying, folks, we figure out what a quinceañera is. It's a play on the traditional Latin American party of a quinceañera, in which it's a coming of age party for 15-year-old girls. A step into adulthood. Of course, as I said, I want to talk about the Cupcakes song. I gotta ask, who doesn't sing this song to when they're making cupcakes, or even eating them, for crying out loud? I know I do. It's a cute song. This is an example of what I like to call a minor song. It's short. Sure, it has a music number to it, but it's not 3 minutes or more in length. And that's about it. All I really have to say. Though I gotta admit, I love the Dyke Ike parody, as much as offensive as it could be. I do have to admit it is kind of funny to kind of funny to listen to from time to time. I want to discuss Diamond Tiara. Now, mind you, I could talk about Silver Spoon as well, but this is about the only episode in which she has some major appearance in. But the next time we see her is in the next season, and it's only for a small cameo. But Diamond Tiara, on the other hand, I put as a stuck-up, self-important bully with a massive superiority complex. And I don't think I'm that too far off. But I will say that, yeah, she's pretty much a stereotypical bully. Or a schoolyard bully, I should say. At least, yeah, I'll just say that. She thinks so highly of herself. Anyone else who isn't exactly like her, or, you know, somewhat like her, if anything, praises her, is wrong or inferior or, you know, someone like Apple Bloom anyway. To this day, she's still not one of my favorite characters of this show. And, you know, you could make the argument, and I could make the argument for myself of she's a character you like to hate. Well, I love to hate the Flim Flam brothers. I hate Diamond Tiara. And I think what hurts is, like I said, she's just... I've seen this character before, and I don't like her. And unlike Rarity, there's very little character development to them. And mind you, she's just a plot point, if anything. But still, I can't say I'm tickled by her. And yes, she is one of the reasons that I really don't like this episode. Why? Every time I hear her speak, it feels like a drill's meeting in the middle of my head. And it hurts. But I guess we need a I guess we do need a bully. What else? I will say that there is one episode down the road that does her right, and you can probably guess it if you can figure me out. But in this episode, no, not really. And we'll get there when we get there. Trust me, when we get there, I've got a lot to say about her, and actually good in the relationship of she being a villain or antagonist, however you want to call it. And then I just want to quickly talk about Twist, and then I'll summarize my feelings about this episode. Twist, I really get a kick out of her lisp. Why? No other character has it, and she just knows how to play it. I like that. I find it rather cute. All right, to summarize, as I said, at first I really could not stand this episode. I could count the number of times I viewed this episode on one hand. I could even include the one we just did. First time, there was one time I said, I want to watch this just to say that I've seen every episode at the time. Twice. Once it was on Brony State, sometime about this time of the year last year. Last Wednesday, when I viewed this episode, you know, the aforementioned, I wanted to view it in a different light. And today's. So yeah, I've only viewed this episode 5 times. But, thanks to what I did on Wednesday, I can watch this one again. Again, it's not going to be my favorite, but I certainly don't hate it with the same hatred I used to have. And to be honest, I like that. Why have that hate? Why have that hate? All right, just to wrap this up, once again, 2 weeks from now, we will not be having an episode. That will be the week of Thanksgiving in America here. There will be no Babble with Bronies, not on Saturday nor Wednesday. So next week we're hoping to get an interview in. I have my eyes, but I'm going to keep it a surprise. Otherwise, for Babble with Bronies, I'm Everlasting Joy and with my partner, Mr. Ben. Take care.